is a entertainment day within while we are working at workplace. So these two digital engagements, which I have asked my unit leaders to drive, WhatsApp I am driving, and the theme of the day they are driving at the units, so that in this situation also employees do not, because these employees maturity levels are really less. So while we try to explain them more, they really feel, there is something very wrong going to happen and they might lose their jobs. To make their life simple, we are ensuring that our unit leaders follow these 6 theme of the day, so that it keeps them bubbly and keeps them pace with their work. They should not feel that something wrong has happened in the organization or in the country.
Right. So I think Anushri has come up with a very good question, that how to keep people engaged. So now her other question is that, yes, WhatsApp, you have given a very good idea. Some digital tools also. She says that any other virtual tool which you suggest can be useful in this current situation. Or maybe any one of us can answer in case they are doing something different in their organizations.
Shefali, what we have done, one thing is a Sambhav. So Sambhav is a video conferencing tool which we have placed at our sites. I am available from 12 to 1. Okay. At that time, employees can come and we have dedicated desktops at our offices or the laptops of unit managers. And I am doing a video conferencing with them. So most of these employees are mostly, do not have access to systems. Most of them are working on the field or on the range or serving the employees of other companies. So these people generally come for 15 minutes in front of the big TV screen where they have the leadership team. We have decided that for next 10 days, one of each our leadership team will be there and have a direct communication with them, because generally in 3C model, communication, connect and conduct generally are the pillars of engagement. So if we regularly communicate itself, it is an engagement for them, because they don't feel कि 10 दिन आप लोग दिखे नहीं और हम लोग यहाँ पे थे और हमारा कोई किसी ने कोई हालचाल नहीं पूछा.
Right. And just to add on, I have another suggestion. Like I am associated with a person who is a laughter yoga specialist. He is a Guinness Book of World Record holder, Limca Book of World Record holder, and he has written his book on anti-depression. He wants to make this country depression free. Also, for this coronavirus, he is chanting Om regularly to spread the positivity in the air. So what he does is he has started, he used to do offline sessions. Because of this work from home concept, so he has come up with his webinar sessions also. They are very small sessions, so he comes online, your employees can come online, and he just laughs and spread the laughter, and it's just it's a kind of a refresher activity. So if any company of you guys want to do, you can connect with me. I'll get you connected with that guy. So he is a really wonderful guy. I've organized his sessions in few of my clients. So he's a really fantastic guy. So this is one option which just came to my mind while I was hearing you, conducting some live sessions and all. So we can have his session also. So anyone, who is doing something different apart of these activities which just Ashish mentioned or I mentioned?
I can mention some very quickly. So I think as far as the engagement is concerned, as Ashish also mentioned, it is not basically a recreation. So this is a very new situation for all of us, and as an organization, we never thought that we're going to be in a situation where everybody is working remotely. So I work with a company which is global, and all our offices are now working remotely. So none of them is working from office. It is one of the global crisis right now. So as a talent, we are working on a framework which talks about how do we engage our people during this time when everybody is working remotely. And in this framework, so we come up with 6 elements of the framework, which we're going to tap. One is the communication. Second is clarity. Third one is people management tools. Fourth is aligning our processes. Fifth one is continuous feedback, and sixth one is recreation. And I'll just quickly touch upon all of them. The communication, which I think Ashish also mentioned about. So very briefly, that how do we make sure that we are communicating with our people, and it's not that they are in isolation and nobody is talking. And it's not only communication from organization, but communication within people. Clarity, and there are which we, of course, we need to do to make sure that we are communicating well. The clarity is that there are times when people are not aware in this situation on the clarity of certain things. It could be that they are not clear what's the remote working policy looks like. They may not be aware that during remote working, what can they do, what they can't. So bringing those clarity, listening to those confusions, and bringing those clarity is another element which we want to touch upon. The third one, and I think that's the most important one, is that bringing the people management tool. So the managers and the leaders of the organization play a very important role in making sure this work from home is working properly, and there is no productivity loss, and the clients are happy with whatever we are doing. And for that, there are certain tools which we have given to our people in this. And when I say people, meaning the managers, and we are coaching them, we are training them, and how they can be, how can they make sure these people are productive? How can they make sure the people are engaged? How can they make sure that people are not feeling fatigue? And how can we support people in this tough time? Um, so I think these are the trainings we are doing with our managers, because that's the right way to reach out to our masses. If our managers are trained and have all the tools they need. The fourth one is aligning our processes. What I mean by that is that not only talent processes, but a lot of other processes like talent, IT, marketing, business systems, engineering, all the systems. I don't think that we were ready for a complete remote working. Like, we know there was a remote working, people can take work from home, but we never thought that everybody will be taking work from home globally. And I think we were not ready for that. And that's why we are reviewing, every team is reviewing their own processes, whether it is the interview process, onboarding process, handover of the laptop process, doing a celebration process, reward recognition process, training process, and the engineering have their own process. So every function is aligning their processes to understand how can they make the remote working possible, assuming that we're going to be working remotely for another 1 to 3 months. So we're not going to shut down our process. How do we align our processes? The fifth one is continuous feedback. We are in continuous touch with our employee by way of surveys, by reaching out to our managers to understand what is they're struggling with, and then trying to solve that out. So we are work from home almost uh, 15 days, and I think we are the first company in Delhi NCR who started work from home on a precautionary measure. Like, no case, but we wanted to make sure people are safe. In 15 days, so far we have done 2 surveys, one with the manager, one with the employees, and we got awesome feedback from people. And then we collaborated with respective functions to come up with ways by which we can support our people. Like there are people who said, "Can I take my TFT to office to home?" Because then we asked why you need a TFT. You have a laptop, and the answer was that we need a bigger TFT to work on certain things simultaneously the way we were able to do in office. And then we had this conversation with ID, and we allowed people to take TFT to office or to home to work on it. So this kind of feedback we are getting, and we are making sure that we are supporting our people from infrastructure perspective as well. And the last one is recreation, which is basically fun things which we can do, like a lot of things like leadership videos, challenges, work from home pictures, caption of the caption of the day, things like that, which is the sixth element which we think is important as well. So these are the 6 elements of the engagement framework which we are working on, and we have decided that we're going to we're going to take it forward. Not all the 6 elements we have gone into more detail. We're still in the process of how do we make sure these 6 elements are more in detail, and we are able to help our people working remotely if this situation, which we believe will be a situation for not less than 3 months, listening from our global leaders. So we are making sure that we are proactive and preparing ourselves for that. If that's helpful for you guys.
I think that was very insightful because we got to know a lot of tips. Anushri can't speak, but on her behalf, I'm speaking that she is really very happy knowing all these, and she noted down all the points. In fact, it is helpful for all of us. So, any other questions we have?
Nope, I don't have any. So thank you, Shafali. Thank you, Ashish, and thank you, Govind, for
Yeah. So
valuable
thank
time.
you so much, all of you, for joining. I just have a last request. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, just be in your balconies to applaud the people who are working for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, right. So thank you so much and have a great weekend.
You too.
Thank you.